to my first layout for the Eat Around the World prop with Ginger. I'm so excited that she let me join this prop. It's my first hop with her. I should say hop, not crop. My first hop with her. And today we're going to be doing main dishes from Thailand, shrimp pad thai. Pad thai is a popular dish in Thailand, but our challenge is to use a net embellishment, and then our extra entry is to use real fishing line. So my first thought was, well, this is going to be really hard for everybody because if you don't have people that fish in your family, how the heck are you ever going to have real fishing line? And I had thought about that when I was looking through the challenges, and I was super confused about how anybody would be able to do this. And as I was looking through my junk drawer this morning, fishing line. We had fishing line in our junk drawer. I don't know why we had fishing line. So I thought this will definitely be the first one I'm going to do because, believe it or not, I have fishing line. For the net embellishment, I'm going to be using the 49th and Market Summer Ports Page Kit because for this page on the bottom, there's a net embellishment. So this is my plan. I'm going to be doing this page with some fishing line, a net embellishment, and I'm going to be scrapbooking a picture of us on the boardwalk at Disney. Now I'm noticing now this picture is much smaller than, or it's much bigger than this frame, so we're going to have to play around with that. This is a 4x6. And just as a look into the future, we're going to be also doing a Thanksgiving layout soon. So let me see what I can do. I might have to reprint this smaller, but I will be right back. I'm back, and this is at about 3.5 times speed. What I'm showing you is I picked out all of the embellishments that went from the kit, from the different chipboard and cut apart sheets, and I put those in a little dish. I also reprinted my photo to slightly smaller. However, it still isn't as small as they wanted it to be. So I'm going to end up kind of creating my own version of the mat around the photo. You'll see that, or the frame around the photo. You'll see that in just a bit. Now I'm going through and I'm looking for all of the pieces, and I realized I didn't get the second flower. I, for some reason, thought there was only one flower, and there was actually two. I'm pulling all the pieces out and kind of figuring out how they go. And now you're going to see me decide, I think what I want to do is cut, they had 3 frames in here, and I'm going to just cut those frames apart and make a frame around my photo. This takes a very, very, very long time. And that is the base, the most time-consuming part of this whole video, I think, is me doing that. Just kind of figuring out where everything's going to sit and then figuring out how to put that frame around. So I see this and I'm like, oh, I could frame our pick faces. And I'm like, no, let's just see if I cut it, what would happen. And a lot of times what I will do is cut it and then just use the corners. But this time in my head, I thought, oh, if I just kind of mess around with them, I should be able to figure out a way to make this work. And it does. And I think in the end, you can't really tell because I'm covering up everything. But it felt like it took a lot longer than this when I was doing it. But there you go. I have made a frame around that in blue. And now I'm showing you how I'm going to cover up the edges of the frame with all of my different embellishments. And basically at this point, the way they have it laid out in the example is no longer what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at now is the pieces that I have. I pulled out all the pieces and how would I put them together. In addition, I have this metal So Happy or Happy Day that I want to use to put the fishing line through. That's how I'm going to utilize the fishing line on the layout, is by putting it through this metal embellishment and having it kind of hang off the page. Now, I'll hang around the frame. There might have been a better way to use fishing line. In the end, the fishing line is clear and you don't really see it. So I'm not sure it adds a lot, but I know it's there and I think it's cool. And you might have a better use for your fishing line. And if you do, that's great. And it'll be good to get you an extra point. But I just thought it was so fun that I had it because I really thought there was no way I would have fishing lines. So I am threading the fishing line through this charm, this old metal charm, and I'm putting it on there, and that will be how I have my fishing line attached. After I get that, I'm going to kind of build the cluster for this photo frame and cover up where I have joined the frame together. And then we will have a complete picture of the photo frame and all of its little bits and pieces together. I hope that you're enjoying this layout. I hope you're enjoying these kits. I really love using these 49 and Market page kits. I find them to be super easy and fun to use. I know I've used a few of them in the past. And this one in particular, the summer one, I wasn't sure how I felt about it because I don't fish and we don't do a lot of boating, but we do have lighthouses in our town. And I just really wanted, I love the color scheme, so I thought it would be fun to use this particular layout. And it just worked perfectly for the idea of the Thailand one, which needed fishing net and fishing line, and I had both of those in this collection. So I am putting the flowers and the leaves there, and I'm making sure. The one thing that they had in there that really bothered me is they covered up the "So Totally Happy," and I just want that "So Totally Happy" to be seen. So I am making my page specifically higher so that you can see the "So Totally Happy." But what that means is right under the photo, I have a lot more blank spot than they had. So I'm going to have to move some of the embellishments that in their example they had above the photo to below the photo. At first I thought I would move that circle and the anchor embellishment. I end up not liking that there, and I'm going to move it up. Also, I did spend a lot of time putting all of these foam dots in the wrong place on that floral because I needed to pop it up over the chipboard, and then I realized it, so I've got to move them all over. I know that happens to everybody. But there we go. I have that moved over. And now I'm taking some of the words and some of the different ephemera, and I am putting them on the place. I'm using the buttons. And it's such a cute little page. Worked out well with having the boardwalk because that is a very kind of beachy vibe. That photo, the location there at Disney. And these collections make it super easy just to kind of, not that you're not thinking, but just have fun with the pieces. Now, I don't always do them exactly, and I'm not now. I'm not exactly like what the example is. But if you really wanted to just take these with you and I'm showing you there that it's not exactly like the photo, but I like it. If you wanted to just take these to a crop, or if you were traveling, these would be super fun, and you don't have to think. You can just kind of use them, put them down, and make them work. Now, what I'm doing here is trying to see what do I have in these acetates that I might use. I thought about using the film strip, thought about using the lighthouses, and then at the end, there is a quote that I really want to use. And so what I'm going to end up doing is using a couple of the blue flowers just to add a little bit of the floral, and then I'm going to use one of the quotes. And I find that to be really exciting, and that is a quote that says, "All my troubles washed away in the water." And I find that to be really cool. I did have that red film strip out. I really thought I might use that to add a little bit more red, but in the end, I just used the acetate piece. I'm going to take 3 of the leftover button embellishments, and I'm going to put those around that just to kind of anchor it. And then finally, I am going to take some red gemstones that I have. I think these are Picket Fence or Pink Press Studios. I'm not sure. And I am going to put those around. I do had one little bird at the end. the bird fell on the floor, and so I decided I might as well use it. I'm going to get the red gems out and put those on, and that's the finishing touch. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is my first page for this hop, and my goal is to try to do one a week. So you should see 4 different layouts for Ginger's crop. If I can get a 5th one done, I will try. But thank you so much for watching. Please join the other ladies that are participating. Some of them may even have all of the different countries done. I've actually got 8 picked out just in case I get ambitious, and we will see. And then you're about to watch, that was me trying to figure out if I had put glue anywhere. You're about to watch something happen that is probably the worst thing that could happen. And I know you guys will all feel my pain when it happens, and it's about to happen right here. Do you see it? They all spill out. I will be finding these little red gems for a long time. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. And please like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.